If you own a DeWalt drill, there's a decent chance you overpaid by about $100. Not because DeWalt sold you a bad tool, they sold you a perfectly good tool wrapped in $40 million a year of NASCAR paint schemes, Formula One logos, and YouTube sponsorships. You picked up that tab without realizing it. I spent the better part of a week buried in SEC filings, teardowns, and corporate earnings calls pulling this apart. What I found genuinely irritated me. That bright green RYOBI drill sitting in the Home Depot aisle for $69 shares more manufacturing DNA with the $170 DeWalt 2 aisles over than either company wants to admit. Same class of Samsung battery cells, same style of planetary gearbox. And in some independent tests, the RYOBI actually outperformed the DeWalt. So why does one cost half the price? The answer starts in Hong Kong. A company called Tektronic Industries, TTI, pulls in over $15 billion a year. They own Milwaukee Tool outright and license the RYOBI brand from a Japanese company. Same parent, same supply chain, two completely different price tags. That is the strategy. Every TTI earnings call credits their rising margins to selling more Milwaukee, because Milwaukee carries estimated margins around 45% while RYOBI sits closer to 30%. They are literally telling investors they make more money when you buy the expensive brand. I personally think that's the most revealing detail in the entire power tool industry, and almost nobody talks about it. And here's proof of how calculated this is. TTI created a brand called Hart exclusively for Walmart. Then in 2025, they killed it. The CEO explained the exit by saying it let them focus on RYOBI rather than competing with itself. They built a brand, put it in stores, and destroyed it because it was cannibalizing their own product ladder. That's not reacting to the market, that's engineering it. On the other side, DeWalt's parent company Stanley Black Decker is doing roughly the same revenue but in much worse financial shape. They've been cutting thousands of jobs, closing factories, running a $2 billion cost reduction program. They killed off Porter Cable entirely, bought the Craftsman brand from a dying Sears for $775 million. DeWalt is the crown jewel holding that whole portfolio together. Pay attention to this next part because it explains the price gap better than anything else. The actual manufacturing cost difference between a RYOBI drill and a comparable DeWalt is $10 to $20. A brushed motor costs $3 to $8 wholesale. A brushless motor controller chip that cost $12 a decade ago now runs 80 cents. The battery pack, the single most expensive component, uses Samsung cells in both brands. Each cell costs $1.50 to $2.50 at volume. A full 10-cell pack runs $25 to $45 to build. RYOBI sells that for $40 to $50. DeWalt charges $77 to $119 for the same chemistry. I spent an embarrassing amount of time reading battery teardown reports to confirm this, and it honestly made me a little angry. So if the hardware gap is $10 to $20, where's the rest of your money going? RYOBI has been exclusive to Home Depot since 2000. One retailer, over 2,000 stores. Home Depot runs the RYOBI Days sales events, the Sunday circulars, the homepage banners, all funded through Home Depot's own advertising budget. DeWalt sells through Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, Ace Hardware, and hundreds of independent dealers simultaneously. That means separate logistics, channel conflict, and critically, DeWalt funds its own massive marketing machine because no single retailer has reason to do it for them. That marketing machine is staggering. DeWalt sponsors Christopher Bell's number 20 NASCAR car at an estimated $8 to $15 million a year. They're an official McLaren Formula One partner at $5 to $15 million annually. Planetary. SBD's Craftsman brand title sponsors the entire NASCAR Truck Series. DeWalt sponsors FC Barcelona in soccer. They committed $60 million to a Grow the Trades initiative by 2030. Their job site demo strategy became a Harvard Business School case study. RYOBI runs 0 major sponsorships. 0. Which, looking back, was either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. Turns out it was genius. Now, everything I just showed you about who really owns these brands and where the money actually goes, that's one chapter of a bigger investigation I put together called the Tool Buyer's Black Book. Brand ownership maps, cordless platform comparisons, workshop builds at every budget, Amazon fake brand detection. 8 guides, no sponsors. 1999. Links in the description. Now here's the detail that everyone missed when Teardown reports started circulating. A 10-year power tool repair tech who has opened thousands of drills said the DeWalt models sold at Home Depot's $149 price point contain more nylon gears than RYOBI. The professional DeWalt from industrial supply houses at $249 uses all metal gears. Same yellow shell, very different guts depending on where you buy. I personally think that's the most frustrating finding in all of this. While all of this corporate maneuvering was happening behind the scenes, independent labs were testing these tools head-to-head, and the data doesn't say what brand loyalists expect. Toolbox Buzz tested 11 impact drivers. RYOBI hit 1,603 inch-pounds of breakaway torque. DeWalt, 1,400. RYOBI won by 14%. Tech Gear Lab timed drilling through steel. RYOBI punched through in 0.8 seconds versus the DeWalt Atomic at 1.1. 27% faster. The drive tested impact wrenches and RYOBI delivered 46% more torque at $30 less. And no, I'm not cherry picking. Pro Tool Reviews tested 13 drills and awarded RYOBI's 1+ HP the highest value designation, now where DeWalt earns the premium honestly. DeWalt's FlexVolt drilled through a 2x4 with a hole saw in 15 seconds where RYOBI took 30. DeWalt drove 5-inch lag bolts in a single trigger pull where RYOBI needed multiple attempts. Circular saws consistently favor DeWalt with cross-cuts finishing 2+ seconds faster. And the tools are measurably smaller and lighter for tight spaces. If you're working inside a cabinet or between wall studs, that size difference actually matters. Both brands offer 3-year limited warranties. DeWalt adds a 1-year free service contract covering normal wear, which is a genuine perk that RYOBI doesn't match. Battery lifespan is essentially identical. DeWalt's own support page says their lithium packs last about 300 to 500 charge cycles. RYOBI batteries show 500 to 800 in independent testing. Both use the same class of Samsung and LG cells. And once you own 5 to 10 tools and a few batteries in either ecosystem, you're looking at $500 to $1,500 in sunk cost. RYOBI's 1+ system launched in 1996 and now covers over 300 tools, with every battery made in the last 30 years still working with every new tool. DeWalt broke that kind of backward compatibility in 2011 when they switched from 18-volt nickel-cadmium to 20-volt max lithium, forcing every existing customer to start their collection over. Both companies know the battery lock-in is the real product. The tools are just the entry fee. For a homeowner using a drill maybe 20 hours a year, either brand will outlast your interest in home improvement projects. The durability gap only matters at 40+ hours per week of professional contractor abuse. That's not you building a deck on Saturday. The real question isn't whether RYOBI is as good as DeWalt. It's whether DeWalt is twice as good because that's what the price tag claims. A $500 RYOBI budget gets you 5 or more cordless tools with batteries. That same $500 at DeWalt gets you 2, maybe 3. For hanging shelves, building a deck, or assembling furniture, the results are functionally identical. If this changed how you think about tool shopping, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.